Okay, so members, today we are going to introduce a new topic called complex numbers, and it's a number that deals with imaginary roots. But please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, these complex numbers are derived from complex roots, and we use the discriminant always if we have our bulldozer, or this is what we call the discriminant. So, if this discriminant is less than 0, it means that we are going to have complex roots. Now, because for convenience in complex roots always, our I is going to be the square root of a negative 1. So, we start straight. Solve the following. So, to solve this, you know that I first take this inside. So, we are now equaling to negative 1. To get this, I get the square root of both sides. So, x will be square root of negative 1. As we say, whenever we have a square root of negative 1, it's not real. That's why we are going to replace always it with I. So x will be now I. So that will be the answer. When I come to this, I have x squared equal to negative 4. So my x will be square root of negative 4. But now we set the square root of a negative 1. So we always try to bring this as the product of a negative 1 and a number. So this will be, square root of 4 times negative 1, and you can separate. This will be square root of 4 is 2, square root of then negative 1, so our x will be 2i, because root of negative 1 is I. When I come to this, is that x squared will be negative 9, so square root both sides, so that our x will be now root of negative 9, which will be 9 times negative 1, so square root of 9 is 3, then square root of I is, and negative 1 is I. But because we are getting the square root, that's why this one is always plus or minus, then plus or minus, then plus or minus, because we are getting the square root of the number. When I come to this, of course, I use a bulldozer. From here I start. My n is 1. Now this one is already using a bulldozer. My b is negative 4, and my c is 13. So my x will be negative to negative 4. My b squared, and the square is I guess 16, minus 4 into 1 into, so which is 13, the whole over 2 into 1. So that for me, my x will be a 4 plus or minus square root of this 16 minus, which will give us negative 36 over 2. And we say if you have a negative, you can easily handle that. So here we shall be having x equaling to 4 plus or minus. This will be now square root of 36 is 6. Then square root of a negative 1 is I. Expressing this will be having now root of 36 times negative 1. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of negative 1 is I. The whole over 2. So the values we have are either x is equal to this by 2, you get 2, now plus 3i, or x will be 2 minus 3i. So those are the complex roots. So this I is always what means in complex roots. So members, you can try out number 5. Now from there, we see parts of the complex number. Now the complex number has 2 parts. This one without the I, we call it the real part. And always this one with I, we call it the imaginary part. So when I say the real part of Z, from here if I ask you the real part of Z, the one without I is X. Then if I ask you the imaginary part of Z, the one with I, you just write Y. So if I give you a complex number Z equal to negative 2 plus 3i, here the real of this Z will be, the one without I is negative 2, and the imaginary of that Z without I still will be a 3. So the imaginary part is always the coefficient of I, and this one without I is the real part. From there, we come to conjugate of a complex number. Now, conjugate of a complex number is denoted with Z bar. So if I want the conjugate, it's either Z bar or Z star. That's how you get the conjugate of a complex number. So if this is my z, now my z bar will be, we just take the sign of that, the sign in front of the imaginary part. So this will be x minus iy. Now even if I have z star, it's the other way, we just take the sign x minus iy. So if I give you these complex numbers and I ask you their conjugates, you just say the z bar, z1 bar, this one now means I'm getting the conjugate, will be now 2, then minus 3i. 2 minus 3i. Then z bar of 2, I will say the sign will be now 3. Now I change the sign, if it's negative, now it becomes a plus. Then, if I want this now, z the conjugate, let me now put a star, z3, it will be now negative 4. We just change the sign in between. This will be now negative 2. This sign is not affected. So this one will be now z star 4 will be now negative 1. Now we change this one to now positive I. So members, that's the introduction to complex numbers. We are going to see more videos about these lessons. I wish you the best. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.